Infor Factory Track for CSI, start production schedule and end production schedule. To start to track time on production schedule activities, the shop floor start production schedule feature is used. This is available only if the time track module is not implemented. Factory Track has several shop floor end production schedule parameters to control the validations, displayed fields and processing options that are permitted as part of the end production schedule process. For this training, we've set these parameters to illustrate how these fields appear and the validations that occur in the transaction steps. Note that the parameter group settings configurations are being used as shown. To start the start production schedule and end production schedule processes, from the Factory Track Shop Floor's Work Center navigation homepage, click on the Labor category group menu. Use the navigation buttons to scroll through the features as needed. Then click on the Start Production Schedule or End Production Schedule icon. Note that the order of the features within the Labor menu is configurable. In order to start a production schedule, we enter, scan or select from drop-down the standard item number. Factory Track displays the item description and continues to add additional details as more information is provided. Enter, scan or select from drop-down the production schedule ID. Enter, scan or select from drop-down the Work Center ID and the Operation ID. The Details tab displays information regarding your selections for your verification. To start the production schedule, click on the Submit button, or to close the form, click on the Close button. To stop production schedule activities and report quantities, the shop floor end production schedule feature is used. This is available only if time track is not implemented. When the form is open, Factory Track displays the information associated to the active production schedule record for the employee. If no active production schedule activity exists, Factory Track provides an error message. Factory Track defaults to Shift ID for the employee's shift in the ERP. You then enter the number of completed items in the good quantity. Enter the number of scrapped items if needed. Note that this field is available based on the scrap parameter group configurations. Enter the scrap reason code. This field is only displayed if a scrap quantity has been entered and may be defaulted based on the scrap parameter group configuration. Note that Factory Track performs a backflush inventory check. For serial controlled items, the specified quantities are validated against the available serial controlled inventory. For lot controlled items, the validation depends on the CSI inventory on-hand negative flag parameter. If the global parameter for containers in use is enabled, the 2 container checkbox is displayed for the last operation. If the default container parameter is enabled on the transaction set maintenance form, this field is selected. When the 2 container is selected, enter, scan or select from drop-down the container ID. Alternatively, leave the field blank and Factory Track generates a new container ID. Enter, scan or select from drop-down the location ID to be used. If the operation has backflush materials that are lot controlled, click on the backflush lot button. The backflush lots form allows you to select the backflush lot material with which to work, select the lots and item quantities to assign, and save and return to the end production schedule reporting form. If the operation has backflush materials that are serial controlled, click on the backflush serial button. The backflush serials form allows you to select the backflush serial material with which to work, select the serial numbers for the target quantity of items to assign, and save and return to the end production schedule reporting form. The Details tab displays information regarding your selections for your verification. If your item is lot tracked and reporting on the last operation, the Lot Serial tab is enabled. If your item is lot tracked, enter or select from drop-down the lot ID, or click on the Generate Lot button to have Factory Track create a new lot based on any prefix format defined for the item. If your item is serial tracked, the Unassigned Serial Numbers field is populated with the number of items requiring assignment. Click on the Serial Assignment button. Factory Track displays the serial assignment form. Enter or scan the serial number for the serial entry field, or select serial numbers from the serial grid, or select serial numbers from the serial grid, or click on the Generate button to have Factory Track create new serials. Continue until you have no remaining unassigned serials. Click on the Save button to return to the end production schedule form. The unassigned serial number field now reflects 0 as well. Click on the Submit button to process the transaction, or to close the form without any of the production scheduled transaction, click on the Close button. If the Print Labels parameter is selected on the Transaction Settings form, labels are automatically printed or the label printing form is opened. If the allow cross-docking parameter is enabled on transaction set maintenance and the item has an open request, Factory Track provides the option to launch the cross-docking process.